5 tips that are going to make your shoes and menswear look better, fit better, and last longer. These are tips that I've accumulated over the years just from being an active member of the community, and let's start with number 1. Get the right size. Whether it's a pair of shoes, pants, a shirt, or a jacket, there's a functional aspect to how they fit, and that's extremely important. Just as important is the aesthetic or the overall appearance as you're wearing those items. When you're wearing something that's too small, it's just not going to be comfortable. The overall, level of confidence that you have in yourself is also going to be a little bit just less than it normally would, because you're not going to feel physically comfortable or confident in those things that you're wearing. On the flip side though, a size too large and it just looks very sloppy. You could take a very well coordinated outfit and just completely ruin that aesthetic by having it be too large and just not properly complementing your physique or just the overall aesthetic of the outfit. Keep in mind, your size is going to vary, whether it's from trouser to trouser, shoe to shoe, or jacket to jacket, and that's perfectly okay and somewhat expected. You're going to want casual clothes to fit one way and formal clothes to fit another, and maybe more athletic clothes to fit a completely different way. Don't get hung up on the number, just become obsessed with the result and make sure it's the result that you want. Number 2 is shoe care. When we think about shoe care, less is more. That's an adage that definitely applies here. The easiest way to level up the look of your leather dress shoe is really just to brush it with a horsehair brush like this, or just use a clean cotton cloth. Often the way to make that leather look its best is to really accentuate the natural leather properties that folks really fall in love with when it comes to a leather dress shoe. You really want to minimize the amount of added cream polish or wax polish that you're applying to it. You shouldn't be adding those to make the leather look better. You should be adding those to kind of like complement that overall look. If you start with a very rough looking shoe, no matter how much cream or wax you add to it, it's still going to be just as rough looking. You really want to kind of have a very clean, elegant base on that leather. And then if you want to add a little bit of cream or a little bit of wax on the toe and the heel to kind of accentuate that look, that's definitely the way to go. The more product that you add to it, the more maintenance and the more frequent you're going to have to do that maintenance to the shoe to upkeep that overall look. Number 3, wash your jeans. Seriously, just wash your jeans. Treat them like any other pair of pants. If they're dirty, if you were sweaty while you were wearing them, wash them. You don't have to wash them after every time that you've worn them, but you also don't have to go years without washing them. This is also how you're going to get them to last their longest, because excessive amounts of bacteria, especially in those high stress areas, like kind of the zipper region and the knees, those are going to be the fastest to deteriorate if excessive amounts of bacteria kind of build up in those areas. Wash your jeans. You can wash these inside out. As soon as they're done in the washer, pull them out, turn them right side out, turn them back to their normal disposition, and then hang dry them. It's the easiest way to do it. They'll look great. They may not have the most accentuated whiskers and fades and all that kind of fun stuff, but they're going to last you much longer, and you're going to be much more comfortable wearing them because they won't smell. Number 4 is a good organizational storage solution for your menswear accessories, such as this. This is a tie and a belt rack from Dapper Woodworks. Ties, belts, collar stays, even a well-kept pair of shoes are things that make you look your best each and every day. There's nothing that detracts from that look more than a wrinkled tie or a curling belt or just a poorly cared for pair of shoes. Having an organizational storage solution like this is going to make it so that you know where your things are whenever you want to use them, and that's going to make it more likely that you're actually going to use them. This is a great segue into this video's sponsor, which is Dapper Woodworks. Justin started Dapper Woodworks back in 2017, combining 2 of his biggest passions, which is woodworking and menswear. It's since grown into a small business crafting handmade pieces, white label, for well-known retailers throughout the country, and made to order commissions via dapperwoodworks.com, all made by hand right here in the US. Justin offers everything from lapel pins, shoe horns, tie racks, belt racks, and pocket square racks, all the way up to a full valet stand. And of course, he offers the ebony stick, which is something that him and I came up with together, and this has been absolutely fantastic. I love it. I can highly recommend each of these handcrafted items because each play a valuable role in my daily wardrobe and just routine of getting dressed, which happens every day. These are probably my favorite shoe horns, as I can't think of a better one off the top of my head. Extremely well made of high quality materials made right here in the US. The travel doesn't have to be a travel shoehorn, but that's traditionally what that size is for. And the long handle is my clear favorite, as it just makes it a breeze to put your shoes on each morning without having to break your back. Yeah, I probably sound like an old man, but hey, it makes life easier, and who doesn't love that? That's not something that should go unnoticed. You should enjoy the process of caring for your most prized items. Use code Shelvage at checkout to get 10% off of your order at dapperwoodworks.com. Number 5, shoe storage. There are two main parts here. A shoe tree for every pair of shoes that you have. The key there is that shoe trees provide a lot of benefits. If you only have a few pairs of shoe trees that you rotate around, while that's better than no shoe trees, it's not as good as having a pair for every pair of shoes. There are benefits that you're going to get from using a shoe tree, and if it's only in there for a few days right after you wear it, you just don't get all those same benefits. If you want to know more about my thought process on shoe trees, check out this deep dive into all things shoe trees. Just wait until after this video. The other aspect is, what do you do with the shoes when you're not wearing them? Obviously, you could put them back in the shoebox, or you could put them on a shoe rack like this so they're out and kind of displayed wherever you decide to keep them. I prefer to keep them kind of in my home office here, and that's part of just how I enjoy the shoes in between opportunities to wear them. The key thing is you just don't want them to get musty or moldy, so keep them in a cool, dry place and keep them separated from one another so that one pair of shoes isn't damaging another pair. I really think these tips will make a huge difference if you implement them into your daily routine or even just a weekly or a monthly routine. The key is just care for the things that you're investing in, and they're going to last much longer than if you didn't care for them. Here's a video on shoe trees that I made a few months ago. I'd love for you to check that out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.